This new Discover Shaper Hunter is doing really well in Top Legends, and I tried it myself, and I had mixed results. I won a lot, I lost a lot, but in the end, I was kinda 50-50 with it, so it's probably a skill issue. But still, I'm gonna show you a quick guide about the deck and talk about the mulligans so you have a better idea how to play with and against this deck. And if you enjoy the content, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can have some Hearthstone coaching, and you can be sure I'll do my best to make you a better Hearthstone player. Now, let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the variant I'm talking about, and here's what are the stats for it in Top Legend for some of the top streamers. I saw Ron Mexico was running a similar deck, even though he is running a couple of shimmer shots, which I'm not finding super useful, but it is something to think about. MTHD did super well with, I think it's the exact same list I'm showing, and we had some stats for other people doing pretty well with it too. I think Rekvam did pretty well with it as well, so we definitely have some pretty serious names doing well with this one. Here's what the deck consists of. It's definitely not super easy to get the most out of it, because the deck definitely does have a few gears you can shift between. You could be super quick with things like Vicious Slither Spear, you can be super wide around turn 5 with a bunch of alien encounters, buff him up with a bunch of Observer of Myths. And you also have some Insidious action at the end, which you could tether out with Ethereal Oracles and such, so that's also a viable option. And I gotta say, Grifta was absolutely MVP in some of those games, like the Man of Steel did not fail us in most games. Let's go over the cards. We do have a couple of Rangari Scouts. Would be absolutely amazing if you get yourself extra copies of things like Alien Encounters, Mantle Shapers. Ziliak's extra copy could be interesting, even though this is the costs 1 less for each minion, as well as the Haymire module, so the damage can actually stack up pretty quickly for you. But dropping 0 mana 5/7s around turn 4, turn 5 can definitely be super brutal as well. And I think I even dropped a few on turn 3, so that can be pretty serious. And other amazing things you could be copying out of this thing would be Grifta's Potions. You could get extra copies of the Secrets, even though that's not super hot. Getting extra copies from Tidepool Pupil, however, could be super good, because if you have extra alien encounters that way, you're gonna remove the random factor from doubling up things from tracking and just straight up have it for this thing. So it's not something you normally tempo, even though against some matchups you can definitely play this on 1 and start slapping bananas on turn 2. So that can also be a valid option. Another thing you could do is Rangari plus Bird Watching, and this is usually always going to give you something really good to get extra copies of, like, heck, even getting extra copy of Vicious Slither Spear with the extra buff on it could be amazing. Would be awesome if you get extra copies of Mantle Shaper. The rest probably not so hot, but still could be a pick for something like Observer of Myths, like getting yourself 3/5 Observer on turn 3. Or even a couple of them just straight up could be amazing, so there's that. We have bananas in here. Obviously they work best with Vicious Slither Spear, but you could be using them on all sorts of different things. The Sneaky Snakes gives you something to do on the early turns. You usually don't have that much, like if you miss the Vicious Slither Spear. And the tracking, Sneaky Snakes would be a pretty good thing. And also, Sneaky Snakes is good because if you set this up on, let's say, turn 4, turn 5, that kind of deal, you could follow up with something like Observer of Myths, and above these guys a few times with things like Alien Encounters, 0 mana Mantle Shaper, 0 mana Ziliaxis, and suddenly those Sneaky Snakes become 4 or 5 attack damage idiots, and that can be pretty powerful. A couple of trackings help you with the Discover ticker. You do need to discover plenty for this guy to go down to 0, so that helps big time. And you're also pretty happy finding yourself things like Exarch Nael nice and early, so tracking is definitely gonna help. It's also something that gets doubled up by Rangari, obviously, so that can also be pretty hot, even though doubling up things like Exarch Nael would not be the best thing in the world, but it's still gonna get you Nael, which is probably worth. Vicious Slither Spear literally could be closing games as soon as turn 3, turn 4, if you get to stick it with a bunch of bananas. Against things like Druid, this guy would be the bane of them. So it's definitely probably the scariest thing you could be doing on turn 1 with this deck, as with most Hunter decks, like Vicious Slither Spear is just too OP. Bird Watching is also pretty nice, absolutely brutal if you double up Mantle Shaper, works pretty well on Vicious, works pretty well on Observer of Myths usually. And you could be using it just to find your Nael as well, like the buff is cool and all, but you also definitely would like to play Nael on 3. A couple of Cult Neophytes definitely work great against all of those spell-heavy classes, like Rogues, like Paladins that are trying to OTK you with Lynessa. Obviously, I'm not talking about Hand of Paladins. Well-timed Cult Neophyte could be huge, but also just playing this on curve, especially if the opponent has the coin, could definitely be a kink in their plan. The Observer of Myths works really well in a deck like this because you can go wide basically for 0 mana. Like, you can literally have a turn 5 where you spend 0 mana to have a full board. So playing Observer of Myths, then playing 0 mana, a couple of alien encounters like that, like a couple of these would be like 4 3/5s on the board thanks to the Observer of Myths, following up with a couple of Mantle Shapers that would make him into 5 attacks everybody, would be pretty strong. Yeah, something like that with Observer could be huge, but obvious you could use him in all sorts of different ways, including tempoing him as soon as turn 2, because in the end of the day, he's a 1/4 chunky body if you already have snakes on the board. That should allow you to actually do something pretty decent on turn 3, so there's that too. Tidepool Pupil is gonna be best for you if you discover extra alien encounters, but you could also consider discovering extra Grifta stuff. But sometimes the game is just not that perfect for you, so if you get this guy in your first turn, you're not gonna be able to really precise the best things in it. Getting something like even Titan Force Traps forged in there would also be pretty okay, so you can give the opponent some anti-tempo. And yeah, the Titan Force Traps are also pretty nice. They give you a lot of flexibility against different opponents. Like, if you're sneaky, if you're smart about it, you can definitely do some pretty serious anti-tempo for the opponent with Ice Traps, with Rat Traps, that kind of deal. You can do some absolutely massive plays. And another massive play a lot of people still don't actually understand is if you actually discover Explosive Trap first, and then discover Freezing Trap. This way you could actually prevent the opponent going face twice. Like, if the opponent, let's say, has a bunch of 2/2s on the board and an 8/8, since you discovered Explosive first, Freezing second, the opponent is gonna try to attack with a 2/2 first. The 2/2 attacks, and it triggers Explosive Trap, but it does not trigger Freezing Trap, because the Explosive actually killed it. Whereas, if you actually discover Freezing first and then Explosive, Freezing triggers first, and then Explosive also triggers at the same time. So the order in which you actually discover or straight up play secrets definitely matters here. And this is how I actually clutched one of the games, because the opponent could not test with a minion that was actually surviving the Explosive, so the big guy actually did get frozen. But yeah, all around, secrets are definitely powerful, and they're especially powerful on even lower ranks like Diamond, where people still have a hard time actually playing around all of that. So use it accordingly. We have the couple of Ethereal Oracles here, still amazing at tethering out a bunch of stuff for you. You could draw a lot of stuff with this. You definitely want to get your alien encounters nice and quick, so that's a great way to fish them out. But if that didn't happen, you can also use these guys after Incendius, and that way fish out a bunch of free damage AoE, which can also be huge. You don't really have damaging spells in here, so that's literally all that the spell damage is doing for you here. Although if you actually have an Explosive Trap on the board, that would also get increased by this guy, but usually people just kill this instantly as soon as they have a chance, so probably not gonna happen for you. Nayel, obviously absolute MVP in the deck. Being able to discover things each turn is huge. Like, if it wasn't big, we wouldn't be straight up running Tracking, which is literally taking up 2 spots of your deck, even though you are going to have that as a hero power later. But honestly, you're actually happy using even Tracking while using the hero power, because you have to do it twice as much. And getting all of those discovers is going to help you big time, especially with things like Rangari Scout. Grifta, absolute MVP in the deck. It allows you to do some sneaky lethals with literally 18 damage from hand with the help of Rangari Scout, let's say. Or with the help of Tidepool Pupil. You could also steal super big man with this thing. Like, let's say the opponent did something like Ceaseless Expanse against you and they feel pretty happy about it. You just play Grifta, you get the red, steal a minion, and that minion actually gets to go phase that turn. So that would be a very good lethal out for you, and that's why I call this guy the Man of Steel. Pretty good stuff in the deck. And since it's a discover, you get to synergize with Rangari. You also get the put it in Tidepool Pupils if you get him later on, so you can repeat that thing plenty of times. Just be smart about opponents. Also getting that thing in you, so also getting those spells in their hands. So if you take the 6 damage, be ready that this guy's also gonna die for 1 mana, so there's that too. The alien encounters, they definitely make the deck amazing, and you get to play plenty of these, like 6, 7 alien encounters is definitely not something you're a stranger to. in a single game, with all the ways to get extra copies, with Rangaris, with tide pools, with all of that, you are gonna get plenty of these things. And timing them correctly is really gonna make or break your game. Like, depending on the matchup, if you're expecting them to have AoE, don't play all of these at the same time. But if you're against something like, let's say, a hand buff pally, yeah, tempo the shit out of them. Play 6 2/5s on the board, and look at them struggle dealing with this, because pallies don't really handle those too well. So there's that. The Mantle Shapers, also amazing for 0 mana, absolute MVPs, especially if you're going second with the coin. These guys usually drop super quickly as soon as turn 3, or both of them as soon as turn 4, so that can be super big. We have Incendius in here. He's basically a backup game plan for a lot of decks nowadays, giving you that extra chip damage with the help of Ethereal, scattering them out. Pretty big stuff. And lastly, it's the Ziliax, which is basically just an extra Mantle Shaper for you, but it's also slapping you in the mouth, so there's that. But yeah, the Haywire module plus the Ticking module really help out in a deck like this, because you get the discount this guy down to 0 pretty quickly. Matchup wise, here's what the stats are showing. Hand buff Pally apparently is not going to be great for you, and neither would Cycle Rogue, which begs the question, why is this thing doing well in Top Legend, but who am I to disagree? We can also check out some similar decks with slight differences. I guess I can get behind these changes here somewhat. So let's see what are the matchups looking like there. And here we can also see Elemental Mage is not going to be great for you. Asteroid Shaman, Zarimi Priest, so it's definitely not the best deck to be playing from Diamond to Legend, I do believe. It has okay stats there, it's about 55%, but it's no top tier deck to be bringing there. The meta is just not super favorable for it, I'd say. As for the mulligan, here's what the stats are showing. Going first, you're always going to want Nael going first or second. Same can be said for Vicious Slither Spear going first. The Sneaky Snakes is fine. Oh, I'm using the wrong variant here, but yeah, it's still the same stuff. Tracking is definitely good as well. Titan Force Trap's okay. Birdwatching is okay, and that's usually about it. Even though if you already have Vicious Slither Spear, Bananas make a lot of sense. Cult Neophyte could make a decent amount of sense if you're expecting the opponent to be coining around turn 2, turn 3. So there's that. As for on the coin, here the Mantle Shaper becomes a lot more keepable because you do have the coin, the extra card, so dropping this guy early should not be a problem. The rest looks pretty much the same, I'd say, so definitely think before you throw away some good cards. All around, that's it for the deck. It's not expensive. You have some very good legendaries in here, like Niall's a no-brainer, Grift is a no-brainer, Incendius everybody runs, and Ziliax everybody runs as well. So you shouldn't be crafting anything niche about this one if you're enjoying the Hunter class. Hope you enjoyed the guide. Now let's check out some of my games on my road to top 100 Legend with it. Hope you enjoy. Maybe some Shaper Hunter. Yeah, let's try Shaper Hunter.
Versus B07TRON.
And going first. I think all of this makes a good amount of sense. Mantle Shapers are cool and all. I guess. Getters were not that hot now, were they? Yep, same time, same place, DJ. Good tempo these. Nah. If I found Ice Trap, that could have prevented him from doing some Ethereal Shadow Step shenanigans, but it's not that important. Yeah, let's give it a try. This could activate. So I'm trying to activate, I guess Hidden Meaning is better than Ice. This was literally saying free left, by the way. What was up with that? Technically I can coin this shit out, but feels pretty dumb. We just chill this turn. Shadow Step plays it again would be fun. Doesn't do shit.
Witness true arcane magic.
Some case it's not super right tempoing like this. This might be one of those cases, but I'm gonna give it a try. He has still 7 mana giants. He can definitely discount him down to 0 by the end, but let's hope the rat and whatnot manage to handle.
Witness true arcane magic.
Still hasn't tested for ice. Feels like he's testing with a backstab.
How enigmatic.
It would seem we're out of time.
Sad. No fan of knives gone for this guy just yet, so I'm not sure if this is super cash money for me right about now. I think I'll go with some more secrets here. Freezing Trap should also be nice against this guy. I am expecting him to be rushing us down right about now. I'm not gonna play this guy though. Next turn we could. Let's go, Sailor Dude. First time chatter you. Okay, that's not too hot. If he leaves this board like that, I can do a lot of extra damage though. It does. Let's fucking go. This is a ton of damage. A ton of damage.
No one's going to believe this.
Let's just go like this.
Magic and magma go hand in hand.
I should have attacked with the snakes. Should have attacked with the snakes because they're dead to a fort, also known as fan of knives. Was one less damage, but still. I guess I could have just given the banana to something else. I mean, it was the same thing, really. Did we get him? I think we did, but maybe we didn't. Still have a freezing trap, yeah. Let's foreskin go. Well, 6 damage waiting room out of Grifta. Could have played around it. We did. Cool. We had lethal either through 6 damage or through take an enemy minion. That was a weird game. Another rogue, get used to those. Patoshik.
Shall we dance?
Strike before the legion's tide.
Not many people are playing this thing, by the way. I'll try to hold on to Ethereal here. Bit too deep in there. Back to double digi. It's something, it's something. Discovering shapes. It would be nice if I actually get a Vicious on one.
You cannot evade my fell hounds. Time is fleeting.
This could give me some options. I managed to fit in encounters in it. That might be it. Still rather try and get Exer. There we go. Forging and playing it on next turn would have been second best, but I had to make a choice there, and I made my choice. The choice has been made. This Incendious really wanted to be a part of this early game, huh? Had it in the mulligan, it was my first discover, now it's my second top deck, like fuck me, man. Incendious all the way right there.
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic.
It could have been. Yeah.
I know all the steps.
Okay, I could use this right now. Could also just forge and play. Sticking this 5/5 ain't the worst thing in the world. Get some of that ice, baby. I had meaning to boot. Would have loved to see a rat trap there instead, but this one's kind of fine. Welcome to the stream, Tacker Wolf. Been getting some awfully shitty comments lately on my YouTube. That is a great
Arcane magic.
signal that I'm doing better on the YouTubes. It's a great signal that I'm reaching a broader audience. You can check out one of those particular comments from oh damn, I got a lot of comments. Red Dog. Some of that Red Dog action. You guys want to pitch in your 2 cents? Would appreciate a little bit of verbal support on the comment section, not gonna lie. Would be nice of you. Oh, he didn't kill it. That's funny. Let's fucking go then. Go ahead like this. Fuck is this? Oh, banana. Okay, a couple of these idiots. Go like this. Like this. A little bit of this. And a whole lot of that, because this thing needs the Pepsi. Alrighty. Good luck with that. If he clears this board, I can refill it. All is right in the world. Right as rain. Gotta fuck the Rogos. Some of that tar schlick schlick.
Time's ticking.
Yikes. Didn't see anything bad. Should be the bottom comment with 3 replies. Red Dog 418 is the guy. Damn, boy, that's a lot of boys. Could try and steal. If I play all 4 this thing, I can also drop that thing. Do I want to discover anything? Not really. I don't think I do, so let me go ahead and see what's behind door number 1. Can still discover if nothing good is here, but something good is here. No, I can actually still discover.
That's all for now.
Neat, neat. Okay, climbing back where we're supposed to. Some of that Lionessa Pally, no doubt. Okay, going second. This hand is caught on the lit side. I'll keep the whole lot. Turn 1 Vicious, turn 2 tracking into bananas, no doubt. No doubt, no doubt. That could also help. How's it going, Hifro? Welcome. Oracle. I guess it would be better to Burb Watch here. Another one. It's kind of hot. Okay, so next turn I play this coin track. Probably. Patience is my middle toe. That's kind of hot too. Let's go like this still.
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic. You cannot evade my fell hounds.
Another Burb Watching is kind of hot. It's another Discover. So is this thing, to be fair. I'm gonna Burb. Oh man. Oh manager? I guess it was oh man? Manager? Moldara? What the fuck is that even, dude? What is that even? Let me go like this, I think. Okay, 1-man alien encounters. Next turn everything is dropping. He's probably gonna go for some cheese action. Spore Empress, Moldara? I don't know, dude. I've never heard anybody do well with that shit. Sounds like a massive bait to me. Should have coined out the cheese there, I do believe.
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
Maybe I should have gone with the pupil there. Probably should have gone with the pupil there. Let's think about it. Do I even want another bunch of 2/5s? Maybe not so much. Let's make it somewhat expensive for him to go for the explosion.
Shaking a stir.
That's not great for him. So I get Grifta and Steal. Oh my goodness, I got Grifta. Can I steal? don't need Grifted twice right now, all I need is Steel. The Man of Steel, guys. The Man of Steel strikes again. Meet the Man of Steel right there. That was such a lucky top deck, not even kidding. A lucky top deck into lucky discover, that's like 40% discover for the Steely part. Viper Mateo. A lot of rogues on these ranks, huh? Will all be. I guess Titan Forge is still okay. Not so hot. Not so hot. There's the Man of the Hour. Yeah, deck tracker survived. Oh fuck, it doesn't even know my deck anymore.
I'm a fan of this.
She's a fan of that. Getting extra icy boys out of this could be kind of fun. But that also slows me down a bunch, so nah, not that hot. And we got the thing, let's not tell him. I'm gonna rat it up. And some of them snacks. The snacks could have been a good keep for Ethereal, but I don't see an Ethereal here, do you? Not so. Okay, no Ethereal for you. Unless you have a oh, what the fuck? That's Shafar. Was Shafar all along. Gives me a Ratsicle. Appreciate.
How entertaining. These could belong to a brand new species.
You cannot evade my fell hounds!
Get new finding.
Okay. Should be a GG from where I'm standing. Think Duke had a good game. It's turn 4 after all. What is this? What is this, duels? What are these duels we speak of? Damn, boy, we high rolled the shit out of this man, but then again, he kind of did it to himself now, didn't he? Should have played around it. Backstab. Okay. He has coin. Breakdance. He is actually still pretty much in this. He doesn't. That helps. I can discover the Man of Steel again.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifact?
Man of Steel. What the fuck, DJ? Suck it on what you say now?
What a steal!
Oh my stars! You kiss your mother with that mouth? Okay, he's trying to stabilize. X. A little bit too much for Twitch, brother. Shit, dude, man, stabilizing like hell. Man, just stabilized over there. What am I doing, Step Bro? If I get bananas, I guess I can handle a 9-2, but damn.
So many choices.
Shit.
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
No banana. This is like banana, though. This is very banana-like.
No one's going to believe this.
Dude actually handled us quite well. That was a turn fucking 4, bro. What the hell? What the hell? Missed me with that shit. Nice. That was giga lucky for us. I mean, it was a 50-50, but if that landed, we'd be in danger, is what I'm trying to say. We still are, don't get me wrong. We are still not the danger. Please don't be playable. Wasn't that wrong?
Time's ticking.
Sadly, no more mana steal for me. And the Shaper is quite the deadass. What am I tracking for at this point? We are going for the tracking. What I could do here is get explosive into freezing, and that actually works. It has to be exactly explosive into freezing though, because if it's the other way around, freezing triggers first. There's the explosive. There's the freezing. Let's fucking go. Let's go in a fucking manner. And I'm not gonna give him anything on the board so he doesn't fuck us over. Out of these, they don't matter. I guess this could. Let's see if we manage. Let's hope he didn't find the double 4 damage to the face. Secret order matters here, guys. Can't stress this enough. Secret order matters big time, because if it was the other way around, this guy would have gotten frozen first and then explosived. Okay, now I gotta find my alien encounters. Gotta find them. Oh god, that's a big man. Oh, Lottie, he's coming. It's Cumin. Probably has another one of those in there. Wait, what? I guess. Didn't he botch it? Pretty sure I was dead if he did not swing with the weapon. Maybe he did not have the card he just used. But I am a Skarud. Oof. Ethereal into tracking. It gotta be.
Witness true art. You cannot have
Come on, encounters. Come on, you piece of shit.
how enigmatic.
There you fucking go. There you fucking go. I think we got him, man. Let's go fuckingly, shall we? After all, if we don't go fuckingly, who will? Ballsec Imagine this guy stabilizing after that turn 4 though, like what the hell? I am not worthy. Another bargain buccaneer in it. Fucking another bargain buccaneer, of course it is. Of course it is. Fucking hell, man, that was such a game. Ah, that was such a game, that wasn't it? Fucking bargain bin. Not that many combo minions to be fair, but damn. Sheesh. Did not expect this game to be anything but a win for me there.
Versus Urel!
I fight in the name of honor.
Break before the Legion's tide!
I don't like these too much. Mantle Shaper, is that even a keep like this? Without a coin, really don't have damage spells. Yeah, going first that ain't it. Okay, a couple of discovers in that tank, that can do well. Ooh, even a turn 1 track hang. Tracking is king. Another tracking, you say? Sign me up, buddy. Next turn I could discover a Rangari Scout or some. There's no mantle. Wouldn't mind discovering another one. How about neither? How about neither of those? Better get a bunch of draw. Get a load of grifta. Okay, we found Rangari as well, but the Mantle Shaper sounds interesting too. This thing goes down to 2, next turn to 1, or this turn to 1. I'm gonna go for a couple of big men. And I think I track right now. I'm not gonna do Ethereal next turn, I feel. Okay, the nanas are gonna help me drop them mantles.
Job's done.
Just one for next turn though. Okay. I'm gonna just do this then. This is a discover. Although, isn't it better to play both of these? 0 mana, a couple of bananas. I'd say that's still better. Then again, I do burn top deck for him, so a 4/5 instead of a 7/6. I guess I'll allow it.
Who could put a price on such
Let's burn the top deck for him.
I could.
Draw 3 cards. It's kind of hot because he's kind of botched. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Giving him the 6 damage also doesn't sound too bright. Let's see that turn 4 of his. He's in danger. He's straight ahead, went with the draw, yeah? Must be desperate, kinda. Okay, I'm gonna go with draw myself. If I find the observer, I can buff these with a little bit. If it flops, and it did, I can just go ethereal, a banana.
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic.
I'm gonna play this guy because the other one is gonna be 0 on his own. Then again, he is nice and strong. I'd rather not risk getting face damage.
My hand is totally full.
Totally.
The sun shines.
Shite lord. Going into all manager a couple of times is dangerous. Turn 5, by the way. He also has a way to get an extra coin here, so we're screwed. 3, 3, and 7. Those are not that scary. Surely he's just stabilizing here, right, guys? Surely. Famous last words, of course. Ooh, double cheese. Good luck with that. Gonna still slap me for like 16 lifesteal. It's a lot of coinage.
I have little time.
Why not a big one? Oh, he used it expensively. Okay. 2 taunts of all people. Is he dead? With all of these bananas, surely. Okay, that was closer than it should have been. Turn 5 for crying out loud. If he had a 1-mana spell, which he would have if he didn't burn, he would have stabilized there. But I think it was still gonna be a win for me. Him tempoing Lionessa.
Versus Valir.
Shall we dance?
Break before the legion's tide.
Against the frog again. For 1 Rangari, it's not the dumbest thing in the world. It's not amazing. But if he doesn't have a backstab, maybe. It's Shafar. Well, especially with 2 Rangari, if he wants to backstab it, or Tarslick it, I'll let him. No manager without a combo. Next turn I might Rangari with the Titan Forged. We'll see. It's not amazing, but it'd be crazy enough to work. We'll see. Might just snakes. Hey, have a good one, man. Thank you for sticking around. The banana. I'll go with it.
This could belong to a brand new species.
Okay, let's give it some ice, baby.
Finding.
And maybe the good old bait and switcheroony.
Finding.
If I coin bananas on it, he won't be able to just backstab it. Try. It is my last Rangari after all, so let's make him work for it. Tracking off the top would be lit, Burb watching second best. Oh, neophyte, you say? Let's go like... I'm gonna go like this. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's see how that feel. This music is getting a little bit rough. Kinda like it. I'm not sure if everybody does though. Okay. End of the mix. Yeah, you finished it off strong now, didn't you? How long was it? 2:34. Okay, let's play the next one. Frogs in a conundrum. Yeah, but it was definitely a lot harder than the rest. Like I said, I did like it, but I can see how it could be a little bit too much for a lot.
Time's ticking.
Okay, gets himself a coin. Built Neophyte and Ice. Should be pretty bitch for this guy. I could also try and get an extra Mantle Shaper. I think it's too much to slap them both. There you fucking go.
Finding.
Oh, right. I can't drop him insta. I was like, why aren't you playable, yo? Still, Built Neophyte.
That's all.
Thanks, man. A little bit too much bitch for him. Yeah, tempoing those Rangaris was not so bad now, was it? Could have been worse is what I'm trying to say. Well, we tried. All around the deck is strong. Not as strong for us, stronger for others. Maybe we weren't playing it optimally or something, but definitely felt like it had a lot of potential. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. That's gonna be it for tonight.